Hi everyone, this is Ida of Creative to Create. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you how to put together the Ooh La La jelly bag. And I'm going to share with you some of my, what I'm doing to decorate mine. Some of you know that my favorite color is blue. And so I went ahead and cut it out in a very light blue. And while I was at Hobby Lobby, they had some I buy a lot of their poster board to create when I create, because it's not real thick, it's not real thin, you know, it's not 110 pounds, it's less than that, but it's not 65 pounds, so it's a good weight. And when I want to cut out things out of foil, it's cheaper to get the large cardstock poster boards than to buy the individual sheets. The large poster board is 99 cents. And I found one like in a platinum silver. So it's like a matte silver. To me, it's more like a platinum. And when you emboss this stuff, it looks gorgeous. So today I'm using the light blue, the poster board, the matte silver from Hobby Lobby, and then a bunch of trims and different things from my craft room. So I already have mine cut out, and I have all these things to share with you on what I use to decorate. So you're going to need two of the main body, one for the front and one for the back. Now I already lined mine up with, I cut out a second portion in that matte silver, and then I embossed it. And I left like one diamond on each side complete. And I kind of just put a strip there and cut it off where I wanted to. I hope you can see the embossing on there. It's gorgeous. So I did that to the front and to the back. I'll share with you the embossing folder I use, and it is by Sarah Davies, and it's I think she's a Crafter's Companion, and it's this one. Not sure if it's still available. I've had it a long time, but if it is, I'll link it. If it's not there, it's because I didn't find it. So you're going to need two of these, and I already pre-did, like I said, a little bit of the decorative part because I'm very undecisive. And you're going to need two of the sides, and I did add double-sided tape to them already. I'm going to use a combination of double-sided tape and glue. So that you need two of those. And then you're going to need one of the piece that has the F on it. When you cut it, see the F is the right side up. I did mark myself. I gave myself a little pencil mark for the center. Now I know that it's right where the F is. And I marked the back as well. And I did the same thing here. I found the center of this piece right here, and I marked it on both of them because I want to make sure to line up as close as possible. So I did that, and then I did cut out the tag already. It's right here, ready to go. I haven't created it, and I cut out the handles. You're going to need two handles. So here are the two handles. Plus, I cut out the bows, but I layered them with another bow that I had. For the back portion of it, I cut out another piece by just adding a strip down the middle, and I cut all the diamonds off, and I embossed it, and then I punched holes with my crocodile. It was very easy because this slides out, so this gives you no how deep you want to go. And if you set this where you want it, then you don't have to keep doing it. All you have to do is keep putting your paper in and just nudge it all the way to where it stops. So this is what I use for mine to make the holes on my piece because I wanted to lace it. So let me get this out of the way. I have everything up here to share with y'all. And then I added some of this. This is like a faux rhinestone trim. It's actually just plastic, and sometimes it comes in a roll, and it's very economical because it's not real gems, but they look like they are. So I just kind of threaded it through where I was before I laced. I went ahead and did that and glued it down. This is a little piece of tool that was in my stash. I hate throwing anything away, especially when I think it's real pretty, and this has the silver in it. And what I wrapped it is with some seam binding and some very narrow satin. I had it up here. Very narrow. Oh, here it is. Satin. Um, it's silver edges and white. So that's what I did to lace my corset. And I have a bunch of things up here just to share with you what you could use. Especially this beautiful trim was gifted to me by my friend Jacqueline. That would have looked beautiful too, just down the center. But because this is just a paper project, I didn't want to use the actual chain. If I was doing a one-to-one swap with someone, I would use all the good stuff. I would use all the laces and appliques. These are all gifts from my friend Jacqueline. I would use these if I were joining a swap. When you join a swap, of course, you want to give it your all. But because I'm just creating this as a sample to share with you guys, I'm trying to do it as economical as possible. So it's just that more economical stuff. So um, let's get started and start putting this together. I have my glue here, and just decide which one you want to be your front and which one you want to be the back. I seem to have lined up better on this piece, so this is going to be my front because I can see a little bit of the blue on there. So where the F is on your die cut, that's what you're going to line up to the front or to the back. It can be front or back. It just can't be the sides. And that's the only place I didn't add tape because I wanted you to see the F. So let me go ahead and add the double-sided tape. You can also use hot glue if you want, but hot glue does tend to come off. So I'm not going to do that. The puppies are crying. My hubby's doing something to it. He plays too rough with them. So I'm just going to take the tape off, and I'm going to add some glue, and then I'm going to line up those marks that I made as best as possible. This is very heavy cardstock, and I did have to run it through a couple times. Not for this particular piece, but for this piece, because it had all the cutouts, and I wanted to make sure that I did it right. So I'm just going to fold it. Kind of I know where that mark is. I'm going to fold this down, and I'm going to line it up with that mark. I'm sorry I have to pull it towards me so I can line it up, but all I did was line it up, and now I can open it up and burnish it. Let me find my tool. And I'll just burnish it there. Does that happen to you guys when y'all are recording? Everybody starts making noise. So now let's do the back piece, and I already did mark this one. This is really simple, guys, to put together. You're gonna see how fast it comes together. It took me longer to decide what I wanted to decorate it with than it is to put it together. So I am gonna add some glue. So the tape is for the instant grab, and then the glue is for the more permanent. So let's line this up, and I covered up my little mark. Hopefully I'll be able to line it up because I cannot see it. There it is. There's my little mark. So maybe I should have marked in a different spot, but that's where I marked, and it's going to have to stay. Okay. So I'm going to burnish this one as well. I have my hot glue gun beside me just in case we need that. I don't have it on, but just in case. So here is the front and the back. Now all we have to do is add the side to it. I love this. I love the way it came out. So here is one of the, here are the sides, and I did go ahead and use a ruler to bend everything in place, and I have double-sided tape on either side. So let's go ahead and remove one of these. And I'm going to add glue as well. I do really like to use glue because I feel like it's more permanent than tape. But the tape does help you as far as an instant grab. Maybe I shouldn't have put tape there. I should not have, glue there yet. I'm going to take it off, you guys, because I want to glue the bottom first. And I didn't add too much glue, so it wasn't too bad. I want to glue this here first before I do that. So let's go ahead and take the tape off of the side piece, the side tab, and add glue to it. And we'll glue this one down. I know it's going to get on my counter, but oh well. So I'm just going to pretty much just eyeball where I think is, and you have your score marks you can follow. And that looks pretty good. Yeah. So I'm just going to burnish it, make sure it is stuck on. And now let's do the other side. So you're going to keep it, I have a bunch of little things sliding around on my desk because I was trying to decide what I wanted to put it on the, as far as decorative pieces. So I took out a lot of bling and just different rhinestones, but you know, whatever you have works. And now I'm going to add the last one. The same thing, you have your score marks, so make sure they are accurate. I kind of did mine, redid mine with my scoreboard, and I did not line up that well. That looks pretty good. Let me make sure I'm lined up here. There's a reason why I don't do tutorials, because I'm very bad at them. Just don't feel like that's right. Like it's too high up. Okay, so I'm gonna try and line it up. That looks pretty good. Nope. So like I said, you'll be able to line up with your score marks. There. That's better. I like that better. And I'm just going to burnish that. Make sure you have plenty of space to work with, because I have stuff everywhere. So I'm limited like to a small space, but if you have plenty of space to work in, then it should be easier for you. Okay, so now all I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue again to that piece that I took the tape off of. And I don't put it on everything because I do want the tape to grab instantly. And if I put it directly on the tape or all the tape, then it's not going to grab instantly because it's going to have the glue. And I'm all the way. And I'm going to, you're going to follow the perimeter of your corset. You're in control here, guys. So I just start with one tab and I start working it in. It's very, very difficult to do this on camera, but I'm going to try. It went through the glue stick that's sitting on my counter. So maybe this is easier. Just gently follow the perimeter of your corset. And you do have the tape there that's going to keep it in place for an instant grab. And you're going to curve. You're going to curve it to keep following that edge. Just line it up. Make sure you don't leave it too far out, because then you're going to have gaps, and you don't want to have gaps. Not that they'll be bad, but I prefer not to have gaps. So make sure you see how I'm just staying on that edge. and that's what you want. And I will go back in with my burnishing tool with my bone folder and burnish that in to make sure it is grabbing. And now I'm going to continue. Seriously. Now I'm going to continue. Now I'm going to have to pull it out because see how it comes in and then it goes back out. So I'm going to pull this out. You know what I think? I was going to say, I think I'm going to put another cut in there, but no, I don't think it's necessary. So I'm going to pull it back out to follow the shape of my corset. Right here might be a good place to use hot glue. I'm not going to, but it would be a good place for it. And now I'm going to push this out. Hopefully it'll stay now. Oh, I gotta snip the tape because the tape is keeping it from curving the way I need it to curve. So I'm going to snip the tape that's in between, just a couple of them. Right here where it curves, because the tape will keep it in a straight line and I don't want it to be straight. I want it to curve to follow this tuck in right here. Now we can turn on my hot glue gun because I know for the next one I'm going to need it for that piece. Every time I go to do this, it comes undone from there and I don't want it to. Yep, I'm going to have to use glue right here. Hopefully my glue's still hot. Nope, not yet. So I'm going to hold it for a minute and hopefully my glue won't take long to heat up because I want to keep going. And I don't want to be waiting for just that one little piece to do what it's supposed to do. So you are going to get that little crease right there where you tuck it in. Because it's really nipped at the waist. And that's what you want it to do. Once you get past that, and I recommend that you do use hot glue in that little area, then everything else is a cinch. Not a biggie. See how fast this one came together as soon as that one stayed? And I am going to go back and add glue there. Because I want to make sure it doesn't come out. There. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. After I remove the tape, I am going to go ahead and snip it right here in this area where it tucks in. That way I don't have any trouble with it. Or you could snip all of it in between all of them, but they're not really necessary. But I'm going to do a few. And let's add some glue. I hope that you guys can see what I'm doing. I have to pull it towards me so I can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to hold it for a little bit and then I'll continue moving on. I work better with it on its side than flat. Some of you might work better with things flat on your counter. Oh, this is nice. This is going to be very, very pretty, you guys. Need to add more glue. I'm not sure I need that there, but I think maybe if I do that, it will make it easier to curve. Mm. Once it glues a little bit, I will put it on the side and burnish it, but right now it's okay. So that wasn't too bad. It's the first one that was really hard. I think I'm going to add the glue to the side of the bag instead. And I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue right here in this corner so it'll grab and not come out. Why is my glue not working? Oh, don't tell me I need another glue gun. This is like my favorite glue gun, you guys. Nope, it's not doing it for me. Maybe it'll be okay. We'll see. So I'm going to turn it right there. So you got to get that little curve. Once you get that little curve right here, or that little sharp angle, then the rest of it is pretty easy. Just getting that little piece is the hardest part. So now I'm going to go in with my burnishing, my bone folder, and burnish. Make sure everything is nice and glued. But you see how that tape helps you? For this, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to take off one side. And I'm going to cut in between the tape because I did find that it was easier when I did that. Because the tape sometimes keeps it straight and doesn't allow it to turn. And I want it to turn. Only where this curve is. The rest you don't have to. And I'm going to add my glue to my bag and not to those tabs. It's easier just add it to the bag. It's easier to do the second side because once you do one side, it kind of trains it. Let me turn it on the side so I can see what I'm doing. I need to add more glue right here. This little piece comes along real easy because it's straight right there. It's not a sharp curve. But once you get to this little corner, boy, yeah, see, this second one was easier because the first one, the other side is already trained to do it. So this second one was easier. And I'm going to go ahead and burnish. I would hate to have to replace my glue gun, but if I have to, I have to. So there is the side. Just kind of take your time. You really do want it to be as clean as possible, but because I'm doing a video, it's harder. But when you're at home doing it for yourself, you know, you can take your time and really, you know, get it all those curves the way you want them to be. This is just to show you how to do it. And I am going to add glue to the bag. I'm actually going to go all the way over here because it seems to be coming along pretty quickly now. Even that tough curve there. And I like to put one hand inside my project, and that helps me line it up and hold it in place for a minute. As you can see right there, it helps me to line up. Let's go to the next one. Yeah, see how nice that looks? I'm sorry, you guys. I know you probably can't see what I'm doing, but I have to do it this way in order to see what I'm doing. Okay. Now we're just going to follow that curve. I wonder if my glue gun is working now. Let's see. Yes. Let me put a little dab there, but it is working. Okay. Let's do the rest of it. Oops, forgot to add glue. You don't have to add a lot of glue because you have the tape, but it's just added security. Come on. And the last piece. Okay. Now all we have to do is burnish to make sure everything is glued down and it will stay in place. And this is very roomy. This is a very roomy bag. Yes. Let me find out which one was the front and what this is the front. So I'm going to add my handles now. And I did, like I said, already cut them out. If by any chance, guys, my video stops working because my phone stops recording without me knowing, in the thumbnail will be the finished project. So all I'm going to do is add glue to these and glue them in place where I want them. And I'm just going to eyeball this really. And I'm going to do the same to the back ones. Just add glue and eyeball it. You pretty much just line up with some of the diamonds and do the same thing in the front and back. Now, this is the back portion. So right here, we're going to glue this piece down. And I do have foam tape in between because I wanted it to, actually, I'm going to glue the waist down first. I want to glue the waist down, and then this is on foam tape because I want it to look like the spine to curve a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and add some glue and glue that down. My glue gun is acting up. So I'm going to just add some glue here. Yeah, something's going on with my glue gun. And I'm going to position it more or less where it's supposed to go. Or as best as I possibly can. That looks about right. And I'm going to push the center down because I want it to be flat right here. And the rest has dimensional tape on it. And I'll remove that and glue that in place. But this I want it to curve. So I'm just going to lift this up. And like I said, I do have dimensional tape here. Maybe 2 pieces would have been better because you would get more of a curve. But just for this video, this is okay. It's going to be gorgeous, my friends. So it's already there. Just make sure you're as straight as you possibly can be. And there is that. Looks like I need more glue here in the center. Like I really want this to stay in place. It won't be flat because it has the ribbon underneath, but I want it to be a little bit more flat. And let's move to the back. Look at how gorgeous this looks back here. I'm telling you that this would make a pretty tutu. You can make a tutu out of this. Like a ballerina. Well, yeah, they're a little bit, not too much. And I'm going to glue this in place. Put my hand in there. Look at how gorgeous that looks. So let's go ahead and add the bows to the back. I already have my bows here. And the bows have a way that they go. There's a longer tail on this side. You see the outside is longer. And you have a right and a left. So you have the mirrored piece to it. I'm just going to add glue to the center because I want it to have a little bit of movement. So there's that one. And I did glue a little silver bow on top, just for more decoration. Yes. Oh, this is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And we're going to do the same thing in the front. We're going to glue the front piece in place. Not sure what I did with it. Oh, here it is. It's under all my clutter. Here is the front piece, and I just added some of that trim. I split it in half, added some of these gray iridescent pearls that I had here. And I'm going to glue this right here in place. And this is the front of my bag, and I do have foam tape, but I am going to decorate it even more. And I'm going to add glue to this because I wanted to slide around a little bit in case I'm not lined up straight. But I want this to be way up here. Oh, this is gorgeous. Look at that, you guys. So there's that. And now let's add the last 2 bows. And I might still add other stuff to this, but for now I just wanted to share with you how to put it together. And that one goes there. And this one goes here. So I still feel like it needs more, but I'll do that off camera. The main thing was showing you how to put it together and just sharing some of my decorating ideas on how I would decorate it. But, you know, we all decorate differently and do what works for you or what you love to do. But here is the jelly bag completed. Make sure, it might be a good idea to curve this a little bit before you try to put it here, I had a couple trouble lining it up, cutting it. I had already moved it and I tried to line it up again, and because these weren't coming out as easy because this paper is very heavyweight, and I was off a little bit, but it's okay. But if you give it a curve, then yours will be smoother than mine. But look at the way it came out. It's gorgeous, right? Very simple. I think the back is prettier than the front, but that's how you put this together. I hope that this helps you. For those of you who bought the, and then here's the tag. I haven't put the tag together. For those of you who bought the jelly bag, so here is the sentiment tag, and I did emboss that. I didn't emboss this, and here is that tab to create it into a tag, and that's what I'm going to do. And all you do is fold it in half and you glue it in place. I would glue it here, but you see what I said about it being curved? Because this is curved, it fits as it's curved. It's not going straight across. It's actually curved like the tag. And that was my intention for the tag. And then of course I'm going to add probably some dimension here. But that is all that I had to share with you guys today. I hope that this helps you and it explains to you how to put it together. And I hope that you have an easier time at home when, when you don't have to record. It's just so much easier. Thanks for watching. I hope everyone has a great day and God bless. Bye.